today we're going to do a probably 4,000 mile review. I got 45, almost 4,600 on the bike. I got the seat about 500 miles in, but we're going to do a review on the Saddlemen Seat. We got a 2020 Fxbb. I got the tuck and roll seat with the diamond stitch on the back with the passenger padding. I've read that if you don't have the passenger padding, it's more than uncomfortable for the rear, or your passenger, your pylon, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I absolutely love this seat. I almost went to Lucky Dave's. I got this one instead. My bike is very dirty. Please excuse that. I do ride it, and I don't just wash it every single time I ride it, because I would do nothing but wash my goddamn bike. But anyway, I absolutely love the seat. If you have seen the stock seat that the Street Bob comes with, it's very less than ideal. And the biggest part is the lock-in. You get this that locks you in. I got this and the T-bars at the same time. I got the San Diego bars, which I'll probably do another review on those. I've got a couple things to say about those, but you're definitely locked in very well. Take it for a ride and show you kind of what I'm talking about. But anytime you get on the gas on this thing with the stock seat, you feel like you're gonna just fly right off the back. And so, keeping that in mind, get around this guy. So I like to ride semi-aggressively. You know, I'm not doing 150 everywhere that I go, but I do ride fairly aggressively. That's for sure. The smoke. I've had enough smoke up here in Washington. I don't need people burning brush to add to it. But this seat was the biggest game changer for me. So we'll start with comfort. In the very beginning, and if you read any review anywhere, they'll tell you that, you know, any seat you get basically brand new has a little bit of a break-in period. And it does take a little bit to get it broke in, but man, I went with the tuck and roll because the diamond stitch, when you look at the diamond stitch versus the tuck and roll just looks like it has more padding. I've said in previous videos I'm thinking about doing the 5-gallon tank upgrade. When I do that, the seat won't fit from what I've heard, and so if I do switch it up, I might try and go with like a Lucky Dave's red and black. I do want to end up doing like a red and black build for this, or maybe black and white stitching and stick with the black and chrome. But if you look at the tuck and roll, you can tell just by looking at it. It's got more padding. It's comfortable as hell. You know, I ride all over the place, and I don't have a single problem with the comfort. My wife, on the other hand, you know, I paid, this seat was 500 and some bucks at the time that I purchased it, and you know, I purchased when everyone was ordering, and it took a while for it to come in. But you got to pay, the seat itself's like $350, $400, but then it's like an extra $135 for the passenger gel to be added. And that is an absolute must, because even with that, it's not my wife's favorite thing in the world to sit on. She doesn't mind it for short rides, but if we go for, you know, an hour or some cruise, by 45 minutes to an hour, she's gonna be ready for something different. And can't say I blame her much. This is why I love this seat. If you do this, on your stock seat, you're going flying right off the back of the bike. With this thing, I got forward controls, the T-bars. I can get on the throttle all day long with this thing, and I am perfectly locked in position. Not only that, not that I condone riding with no handlebar or no hands on the handlebars, you should definitely, but you are so locked in, and you don't have that with the passenger seat, or with the stock seat, excuse me. You know, your entire, how do I want to say this? Just your chemistry with the bike, I guess, is how I can explain it. You knowing what the bike's going to do and what the bike is capable of. When you are locked in with the forward controls, I'm 6 foot tall, 6'0" flat, and with the forward controls where you got your legs angled out just a little bit, where you can put that back pressure and you can push up against the seat, you are absolutely locked in. and I love it. You know, when it comes to cornering, when it comes to doing just about anything, you will not find a better pair than you do with the seat. You are just in complete control of the bike. I enjoyed the stock handlebars. I don't know what the exact measurement is of the stock handlebars, but I could put I still have them. I should put them up and compare the side to side. But me personally, I like my hands a little bit closer. These are the 14-inch Lucky Dave's San Diego bars, which I was able to do with complete stock cables. This cable, the front brake cable, is about as tight as it can possibly go, while still being able to switch. But I'll do a separate video reviewing those. But yeah, the seat is absolutely a game changer when it comes to control. Like I say, I've talked about how flickable this bike is. It was not like that. I mean, you can flick the bike, but you don't have that secure feeling until I got this seat on. You know, when I put the seat on, I could do whatever I wanted in this bike. I am in absolute complete control of the bike. I am locked in. It's going to do and go where I tell it to go, or what I tell it to do. Comfort wise, like I said, for me, it's extremely comfortable. You know, I've taken some longer rides. I ride all over the place, and for the most part, you know, sometimes if I've ridden for like an hour and a half or so and I need to get off the bike, which with my gas tank is about as far as I can possibly go anyway, and you know, towards the end, you start to get, I don't have the best back in the world, but you do start to get a little like restless. But for the most part, it's not unbearable. I could go for another hour without even thinking about it, if it wasn't for having to stop for gas, which is kind of the perfect intermission anyway. But short of that, man, I absolutely love it. I see a lot of talks about, and I've never tried the Badlander seat or any of that, but I do see a lot of talk about, you know, your butt's round, it's not square, it's not made for you. Like, all right, I'd be interested to sit on the Lucky Dave's. I was very attracted to the Lucky Dave's. I ended up going with the Saddlemen, but the Lucky Dave's does have a wider pad for you to sit on. I don't know if they offer extra gel padding for the passenger side or not on the Lucky Dave's one. That was ultimately why I ended up getting the Saddlemen, was because I know my wife and kids are going to be on the back a lot, and so I need them to be as comfortable as possible if I want to ride the bike around. You know, I need them to enjoy riding as well, especially my wife. If I want to get as many rides in as I can, going to do other things. Otherwise, she'd just rather take the truck and not ride the bike, and that's not as fun. So I need her to be as comfortable as possible. As much as I do love riding solo, because I can do all the hood rat shit that I want to do, and no one else is in danger but me. You got your wife and kids, or, you know, really anybody on the back, their life is solely in your hands, and that's, the hood rat shit goes out the window for that. So I just wanted to make a quick brief video, just kind of detailing the Saddlemen a little bit. Like I said, I went with the tuck and roll stitch in the front, diamond stitch in the back with the added gel padding for the passenger. It was about I want to say it was like $5, close to $600 with taxes. Not the cheapest seat in the world, that's for sure, but you can't beat it in my mind as far as comfort and everything goes. You literally, and comfort is more than just long rides. Comfort is sitting in the saddle, riding down, and just being in complete control of the bike. That is also comfort for me. You know, that's a huge factor in that. But anyway, I think I'm gonna cut the video here. There's not really too much else to say about it. The seat it's beautiful. I love the way it flows with the bike, especially with the smaller gas tank. And the Sony sweepers on the side. I absolutely love it. I have zero complaints. But it's a windy day. I have a feeling the audio is going to be very windy, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And I think we'll call it a day. We got some other upcoming videos. I'm going to talk about the fairing. I'm going to talk about the T-bars. And I've got a couple other bike builds that I am working on getting. So on that note, see ya.